The Lakers have finally turned their season around thanks to some brilliant displays from Anthony Davis, but they find themselves back teetering in the lower pits of the Western Conference. That's because AD was injured at a terrible time for the Lakers, who were hoping to put together a run to make it to the playoffs. However, LeBron's responded well, and the Lake Show has to rely on the 37-year-old to once again carry them. Let's dive in, starting with LeBron's response to concerning AD injury. The Lakers managed to win despite AD not returning to action after the first quarter, and it was mostly down to LeBron playing out of his skin to post 30 points and 9 rebounds to beat the Jokic-led Nuggets. However, now the Lakers need LeBron to keep on producing such displays if the Lakers want to be in contention for a playoff spot by the time AD returns. For now, the King has only responded to the concerning reports coming out regarding Anthony Davis, and you can always count on him to come up with the perfect response. The four-time MVP talked to the media after guiding the Lakers to yet another win and credited the victory over the Washington Wizards to his teammates. He explained how no matter which player is available, the responsibility on the team is to make plays, and that they're all NBA players and they've got to go out and trust the coach's game plan. That's certainly a ringing endorsement for Darvin Ham, who has successfully managed to turn the season around after a poor start. LeBron explained how the team executed the plan well and was in complete control until the third quarter before requiring a comeback in the fourth to close out a win. The mentality from the soon-to-be 38-year-old superstar has never been in doubt, and it might be what the Lakers need to stay afloat in their bid to finish in a playoff spot. Adding to that, AD's concerning injury. When AD jumped up against Nikola Jokic trying to steal a bucket, he hurt his foot midair and wasn't fit enough to finish the game. The ever-reliable Shams Charania revealed that the Lakers believed Anthony Davis would miss the entire month of action. It's obviously not a great time to be missing games, but injuries are the cruel truth of this game, and the Lakers have to live with it. Later, though, more reports emerged regarding AD's injury, with Brian Windhorst of ESPN pointing out that scans have indicated that the injury could be more concerning than initially feared. For the time being, Windhorst's word is all we know about AD's injury, with the lack of official reports emerging from the LA camp, but he still should be out for at least a month. Windhorst explained that the injury to Davis isn't exactly a sprained ankle or even a sprained foot. From his understanding, it's probably something a little bit more concerning than that, and to sum it up, it's not good. So if the initial reports claim that AD would miss a month with the injury, this report from Windhorst could mean that the Lakers need to plan for life without AD for at least the next 16 games or so. That certainly isn't good news for a team still well below the 500 mark, and with all the other teams, they're competing with having better rosters. In fact, the upcoming schedule is even worse for the Lakers, with 7 of the next 8 games on the road for them. Moving on, LeBron also called out Rob Pelinka in light of AD's setback. Following a poor campaign so far, the setback to AD has also led to a few more developments in the Lakers camp. While we'll take a look at LeBron saying that he'll do what he can to keep the Lakers in contention, he has also taken shots at Rob Pelinka and the Lakers front office. The King was asked after AD's injury about what the franchise would do to improve their roster now, with the chances of making the playoffs becoming bleaker. The four-time champion explained that it's a question that he can't answer because he doesn't work in the front office. Many analysts believe that this has been in response to the Lakers' efforts of holding on to their 2 draft picks and not making any mid-season trades. For obvious reasons, this doesn't sit right with LeBron, who has been hoping for some additions to the roster so that the workload in the offense can be shared and the Lakers can at least mount a challenge to make the playoffs. However, if the latest reports are to be believed, Rob Pelinka and co aren't too keen on making trades in mid-season, as they're quite close to writing the season off, especially with AD set to miss a crucial time with injury as well. LeBron also told the reporters to ask the same question from the front office, and that clearly indicates that the King isn't on board with the decision-making and certainly isn't happy about the lack of activity. More from LeBron regarding AD's injury. The two players have struck up a championship-winning partnership in recent years, going all the way in 2020, and it's not surprising to know that LeBron relies a lot on AD. While he's already rallied the available troops, he's also pointed out how it's disappointing to deal with AD's loss, especially considering the work that he's put into it. He knows that AD's been having a dominant year, and this setback is a major one for the Lakers, and the King knows that it can be tough on him. LeBron also added how AD doesn't cheat the game and shows up, prepares himself, goes out, and as a result, he's been enjoying a lot of success this season. No wonder the injury is cruel for the Lakers, but it's also a massive setback for the individual. You can always count on LeBron to give you a different and better perspective. In fact, LeBron labeled AD as the #1 guy and believes that he's doing everything to ensure that his superstar remains fresh. He reminded AD that the current injury is just a minor setback for a major comeback and has vowed to hold down the fort for as long as it takes to get AD back up and running. That certainly gets us all in the mood, doesn't it? After all, every cloud has a silver lining, and this one might mean that we see LeBron ripping the league up on his own once again. If nothing else, we might get to see him break that scoring record a little earlier. So clearly, things aren't looking great for the Lakers. Yeah, based on those reports, the Lakers aren't exactly in a great spot. Their best chances of making the playoffs rely on a soon-to-be 38-year-old LeBron James to take them through, not to mention some really tough fixtures on the road coming up on either side of Christmas. At the same time, LeBron's also running out of time. He turns 38 before the new year, and that means he's only got a few seasons at best left in him to compete for a ring. Based on that, it's almost a little cruel asking LeBron to come up with another carry job, but that's unfortunately what he has been doing for the most part of his career. These shots that he's taken at the front office indicate that he's not too made up with the situation, and he would love some added help, especially a decent shooter to share the workload. But if the Lakers decide to not trade their picks, then a lot is on the line for them and also for LeBron. Up next, LeBron's legacy in danger, as Lakers could eye a rebuild. Yeah, if the Lakers don't make the moves and remain unambitious during the midseason, there's an increasing possibility that LeBron could take his services elsewhere. This lack of ambition will already cost him a major opportunity because he has been in sensational form, and if he had a better supporting cast, he would have fancied his chances this season. But as it turns out, LeBron could potentially leave the Lakers at the end of this season with plenty of teams more than happy to take the king on. That would lead to a potential rebuild in LA because the Lakers are also in dire need of changes, and chances are that the Lakers front office has lost faith in AD following his latest injury too. With all these developments, a rebuild could be in the offing. Maybe that's why Pelinka and his front office are so stingy with the draft picks. They'll also be getting rid of some major earners at the end of the season, with Russell Westbrook's contract coming to an end. Finally, can the Lakers make the playoffs without AD and additional reinforcements? The biggest question that we need to answer before ending the video is whether LeBron and the current Lakers roster are good enough to make the playoffs. AD's injury is no doubt a major blow. They were already struggling quite a bit with AD, and despite a positive run, they didn't really make it past the 12th place in the West, so it doesn't look promising. However, in the last few games, they've been looking good, despite the blowout loss to Phoenix, which they played without LeBron and Westbrook. Thomas Bryant, in particular, looks good in AD's absence and will remain key in holding down the fort, as LeBron puts it, while Austin Reeves, Dennis Schroeder, and Lonnie Walker will hope to put in decent contributions. Of course, LeBron James will have a greater responsibility too, and so far in his career, he's always thrived with that additional pressure. It's not going to be easy, but if the Lakers can negotiate the upcoming run on the road a little positively, they might have a chance of sneaking into the playoffs come the end of the season. But it would definitely help if the front office decides to part with their draft picks and add some decent players to the roster. There are deals waiting to happen, but are they worth giving up the picks? That's a wrap for this video. Do you think the Lakers still have a shot at making the playoffs, with Anthony Davis set to miss at least a month of action? And do you think Pelinka should make trades to improve the roster? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.